Okay, it is Greggy here, and this morning's video didn't take for some reason. I have no idea why. So I'm going to go over some things about what happened yesterday. So I got a late start, very late start. I don't think I left till about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. The reason why is my gastric sleeve did something very, very bad the other night, and I was up all night throwing up. And it wasn't food, it was something else. I don't know what it was. My friend wanted to immediately take me to West Penn, and I said no. And then he and another person tried to talk me out of coming to Florida altogether. I said no, because that would end up looking like just backing out at the last minute and that kind of thing. And someone has already done that, and that's why I stepped in. And because of that, and they did that with the state, it didn't look good. And so this would not look good either, especially after I've taken the training and everything. So I toughed it out and went to West Virginia first to get gas at Sam's Club, where I always fill my gas up. Why? Because it's usually 50 cents cheaper. And so took off and went down and got into South Carolina by 11 o'clock, 11:15. I did hit a lot of construction, and sometimes waiting in line or waiting with other traffic, stuck there for like 20 minutes to a half an hour, inching along. But at any rate, got about 20 minutes away from the hotel, and it started pouring like a monsoon, and the wheelchair was uncovered. So the wheelchair definitely is going to have to be cleaned. So probably tomorrow. I split the difference today because I was just so tired. I didn't get in till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. The hotel that I had reserved was just not safe. And I'm not going to go into what it was, but let's just say the cops showed up while I was trying to check in and hauled off two people that were in the lobby. So I decided, and since they gave my handicapped accessible room to someone else, I decided to leave. And so I found, I think Woodbridge Suites or something like that. I forget the name of it. I'll tell you later. But it was a brand new hotel, and it was actually cheaper than the dive that I was going to stay at. And they had an accessible room. I can drive right through the door, and they had a roll-in shower, which I'm not going to take my wheelchair into the roll-in shower. I don't need to. But they had that there, and everything else, and it was fantastic. But I was so tired, and so probably I did something this morning and the video didn't save, and that was probably why. So I'll go over it with you. I'll lay out pictures. This is what the room looked like inside, and I really liked it. And the idea that you could drive through the front door without tearing it off means a lot. And now tonight I am staying at a Wyndham. It's a Wingate by Wyndham, and at any rate, this is a nice motel too, and it was only like $76, and I got an accessible room that's set up almost the exact same thing as what I had this morning. So I'll pop those pictures on so you can see what I had this morning. The only thing this one doesn't have, it doesn't have a stove and a big huge refrigerator. It just has the floor refrigerator, but it does have a microwave and that kind of thing. But I was offered breakfast tomorrow morning for free, so I'm going to try it and see what happens, since I was told I have to try more soft foods. I did bring my protein shakes with me, but I'm holding on to those just in case something happens in Orlando and I don't have access to a Walmart, which that's probably stupid. I probably will. But to get more protein shakes, because I don't know what's coming down the line for these meals and that kind of thing. Hopefully I can eat them, but if I can't, well, I'll just have my protein shakes and everything on standby. So, but I will tell you this, I got into Georgia, and I'll put that up there in a little bit. And then I got into Buc-ee's. I've never been to a Buc-ee's. This place is huge inside. Huge. I mean, we're talking, I mean, it would put a sheet to shame. Think about two grocery stores put together, and I mean, lengthwise, and that's what you have. And this place was full of people and everything, and I'll show that to you here in a little bit. It was pouring down rain, and yes, I have the cover on the back of the wheelchair. However, the cover has taken some wind damage, and so I've noticed that the wheelchair seat was wet. Even though it was covered over, it was wet. So there's a hole in this wheelchair cover. Now the wheelchair cover is about maybe 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old. So I'm probably due to go get another one, but those things are about $120, $130 a piece. So what I'm hoping to do is size down the wheelchair and get a fold-up one to go in. However, the problem with that is you can't haul on the back of a wheelchair, on a fold-up wheelchair like you can this one. This one, I didn't bring I just have a couple bags, but I'm able to attach them to the back of the wheelchair and with my clips that I have on there, and I'm able to bring everything in at one time and then everything leave at one time. And I also have my own Keurig, and I bought it for $35 off of Amazon. I will show that to you in a little bit too, because I just don't trust the coffee that they have here, because if it has sat for a long time, sometimes this coffee gets mold inside, and so you wouldn't know it, but it would make you sick. So I'm sure it isn't, but you never know. You just take that chance. So, and I'm a big coffee drinker, and they only put like 2 things of coffee there. So I bring my espresso roast, which doesn't bother me, and I have my Keurig that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. So with that, I am staying here. This is Brunswick, Georgia, and I am staying here tonight, and then that splits the difference from another 7.5 to 8 hours. So now we have 3.5, 4 hours to get to Orlando. Registration is on Sunday, so when I get there tomorrow, I will be at the hotel, at the Rosen Creek Hotel or whatever it's called, and we'll move in with all the clothes then and everything, because I've got a ton of stuff that's going in. So, okay, that's all I want to say right now, and we'll see you later.